This is Adam Gorney with new five-star defensive lineman David Stone, and long time coming for this. This is definitely something that we've talked about before, and it's finally come true. And it's just hard to say no to it after the production that you've had. And you're never going to be the biggest defensive tackle, that's fine, or the defensive lineman, but the production. How important is that for you to prove that you can get on the field and basically beat anybody?
Um, I feel like that if I can show at whatever level that I can be productive and dominant, I feel like it's up to no choice but for me to be the top pick. I mean, I feel like after play, if I show it, I feel like there's just leave no doubt in nobody's mind. I feel like that's all I have to do, and once I do it, it's up to them to make the choice of who they think is the best. But in my mind, I know who is.
It's also unfair to call you small. That's not what I'm doing. I mean, you're getting jacked up there. How much do you weigh now, and what are you trying to get to by the senior year?
I'm 285 right now, and I plan to drop down a few pounds just because I'll be playing in this year.
Oh, nice, nice. Let's talk recruiting quickly here. Two schools that definitely have stood out are Oklahoma and Michigan State. Oklahoma, you're from there. What's the drawback to those guys and the relationship you have with that coaching staff?
The coaching staff, I mean, I talk to them pretty much every day. It's just constant communication on both ends. I feel like with me living so close, I can get there anytime I want to. So, I mean, my sister goes there, so I'm on campus pretty much anytime I'm just feeling like being with my sister, and that's pretty much all the time. So, I'm basically on campus anytime I'm back in the city. I feel like that, given the constant communication and love, I mean, it's bound for a relation to be built. So, with that being said, I mean, it's considered us just up there with the running, wherever I decide to go.
Michigan State has been a school that you visited and liked, and then went back and liked more, and then went back and liked even more and more every time you're there. Just talk about what really stands out so much in East Lansing to you.
Um, I can't really say like one particular thing. I mean, like I love it so much. Honestly, it's like everything there is just. It reminds me so much of like where I'm from, and it's like really a home away from home. My mom likes it. I have friends and family up there. It's not too far from other schools. You get to play good competition like Michigan, Ohio State. So I feel like it's a good choice regardless of how I look at things.
You mentioned Ohio State, and we're not calling anything a top list, a top two, or anything because there's still a lot of visits to go. But Ohio State, when they offered, you said it's definitely a top school, easy. Like, is it just because of the production that they've had on the D line? Is it Larry Johnson? Is it Columbus? What is it for you about Ohio State that stands out so much?
It's really everything. I mean, the culture they have there is just it's a winning culture. I mean, they've been pretty productive with D linemen going to the league. Coach Johnson is that guy. When you think of D line coaches that are like just great, he has to come to mind. So that's someone I feel like I have to consider just to get sit down with him and pick his ear a few times. And Coach Day, I mean, they're going to get things going on the offensive side. The offense is always going to be flowing. So I feel like as long as the D line is good, we can control the front and let the offense do what they do.
Once the dead period's over, you're going to hit the road again. And I think this could be an important round of visits as you kind of get closer to any sort of decision. Where are you going to be, and how important is it going to be to see some other places?
I feel like this is probably going to be like a pretty good gauge of what my top school is going to be. I mean, if I don't get to see any schools pretty soon, I feel like it's not even a point of considering the school. It's so late. I want to be done with my recruiting process by my senior year. So I feel like once fall comes, it's time to lock in for the season. And so now I feel like it's probably the best chance for me to come visit the school.
Get to see Miami, I think, A&M, Washington, some schools there. So things are happening for David Stone. He's a new five-star. Thanks for joining us today.
No problem.